Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, James Dunn. On tonight's show, breakfast really is the most important meal of the day for school children. And a new homeless shelter in Scunthorpe opens its doors aiming to help people who are sleeping rough get their lives back on track. But first, here's Emma Lingard with the news headlines.
Hello, the headlines today. A murder investigation is underway in Hull after a man was found stabbed in his home. The fire service launches a safety campaign in Grimsby and householders are falling behind with their bills. Police have launched a murder investigation after a 51-year-old man was found dead at his home in Hull. Keith O'Prey was last seen taking a taxi from the Mecca Bingo on Clough Road on Thursday. A post-mortem showed that Mr O'Prey died from multiple stab wounds. Police are appealing for anyone who may have seen Mr O'Prey after Thursday evening to come forward. A fire safety campaign is being launched in Grimsby's East Marsh following an increase in house fires. Humberside Fire and Rescue Service will be visiting as many homes to offer advice on how to reduce risk from fire. The home visits will start next Monday and continue for 3 months. The Grimsby, Cleethorpes and District Citizens Advice Bureau is offering free help and support to help householders cut their bills and save money as part of Big Energy Saving Week. Tony Gaskins, Chief Executive, said CAB were keen to help householders reduce their bills and ease the financial pressure. A new homeless shelter has opened its doors in Scunthorpe, hoping to tackle the number of people sleeping rough on the town streets. Built on the site of a former care home, accommodation scheme Place of Change provides self-contained flats. In partnership with North Lincolnshire Council, Framework Housing Association has undertaken the project, costing around £2.25 million. But they say it isn't just about offering a bed for the night.
To have a first-class, very smart building to help pick these people up and help them on the way, because as I say, it's just one step on the road. I think it's absolutely great.
A new service to help companies bring production back to the UK has been welcomed by the Humber Local Enterprise Partnership. Reshore UK is a one-stop service for businesses considering returning to the UK and offers help in finding locations. The Humber is currently the UK's busiest port complex. A 6-day week train service is one of the long-term goals for supporters of Brigg Railway Station. Following a meeting in the town, it was agreed that the station would be painted and a campaign would be launched to promote trips to Cleethorpes. Northern Rail, who operate on the line, are currently in negotiation with the Department of Transport to extend their franchise to February 2016.
One of the groups has said this morning that the line was almost closed down more than 20 years ago. It's still here, but only with services on a Saturday. If there is a compelling, loud and clear case for more services on the other days of the week, then we will talk with those people and do our best without making any promises to increase the level of services in this part of the world.
Work to build 8 homes for people with learning difficulties has begun in Scunthorpe. The homes are the first in the region to be built and is a partnership between North Lincolnshire Homes, the Homes and Communities Agency and the local authority. The properties are designed for older people and the disabled and will be completed by December. Driffield is one of the safest places to live in the UK, according to a new survey by moneysupermarket.com. The town was joint top as one of the least likeliest places to be burgled. Drivers are being urged not to leave valuables in cars after police in Lincoln spotted property in more than 400 vehicles. The property ranged from cash and CDs to smartphones, laptops and sat-navs. Farmers are turning to technology in order to cut their chances of being hit by crime. Motion sensor cameras are being used to monitor farms as thieves look to steal machinery, vehicles, fuel and even livestock. Nicola Curry, Regional Director for the CLA East, said farmers needed to make it difficult for thieves by installing cameras and security lights. A Scunthorpe midwifery team have won a national award at the Royal College of Midwives in London. The midwives were recognised for the work they do for promoting a normal birth. The judges praised the women for their whole systems approach. Hull City Council is continuing to support residents to increase the amount of recyclable waste placed in their blue bins. Stickers will be placed on their bins showing residents what can be placed in them. The authority will no longer collect recyclables placed in black bin liners. And that's all from me. Until next time, goodbye.
Thanks, Emma. Now, in an age of league tables and Ofsted, schools are under increasing pressure to find inventive ways for children to progress. But as we celebrate National Farmhouse Breakfast Week, many experts say something as simple as a meal in the morning can really boost performance. I went to a local school to find out more. They say it's the most important meal of the day, and that's especially true for children, who need all the energy and concentration they can muster for a morning of learning.
A lot of the children come to school and they haven't had breakfast. They're either late up or the parents are rushing to work, things like that, so they don't have time to eat breakfast. It helps the concentration, it gives them energy, and it just gets you started for the day. Horses need hay, cars need petrol, so our bodies need energy. We've been asleep for maybe 12 hours and we don't eat while we're asleep, so you've got no fuel in your body. So breakfast is the most important meal because it tops up your tank with energy foods for the rest of the day.
This week is National Farmhouse Breakfast Week, so people like Sarah will be visiting schools to promote a healthy morning meal. It's so important that many schools now have breakfast clubs, like this one here at William Barcroft in Cleethorpes, and it makes a real difference in the classroom.
It absolutely benefits children with their learning. Obviously they're able to concentrate, they're able to achieve their tasks to a much higher standard if they've had breakfast.
It's also convenient for many parents juggling family and work life without taking too big a bite out of the budget.
Parents feel that it's safe and it's reliable, it's on every day, it just costs like 75p a day, and obviously if children get like free school meals they'll get a free breakfast as well, so it is quite good in every way.
And it gets top reviews from the customers too.
You don't just get to eat, you can play and do lots of other things. My favourite thing about Breakfast Club is when I get to sit next to my friends.
And though not all schools run them, you can see why clubs like these are becoming more and more popular.
Lots of children don't get breakfast before they come out. Parents are working, so they need that extra bit of assistance in the morning. So most breakfast clubs open about 8 o'clock. So for parents that have started work at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, they're absolutely ideal for, and the children get fed.
As the cold weather looks set to continue, it's hoped a new homeless shelter in Scunthorpe will help put an end to people sleeping rough. North Lincolnshire Council has teamed up with the Framework Housing Association to provide self-contained flats which they say will reduce crime and antisocial behaviour, as people will have a safe place to stay. It's expected to save the public purse tens of thousands of pounds per year. Our reporter Erica Barker has been to take a look around.
It's hoped homeless people in Scunthorpe will soon be able to receive all the help they need under one roof as the new supported accommodation scheme Place of Change opens its doors. Built on the site of a former care home, from next month it'll provide self-contained flats, each with its own kitchen and bathroom for up to 20 people at a time. The facility has been built by the Framework Housing Association in partnership with North Lincolnshire Council, with £2.25 million being ploughed into the project. But they say it's not just about offering a place to sleep.
It will also offer them support with any problems that they may have in terms of mental health or alcohol or drugs or any other reasons that are causing their homelessness, so that they can develop a plan to get themselves back into the community.
And leader of the council, Liz Redfern, thinks it'll be a lifeline for many.
To have a first-class, very smart building to help pick these people up and help them on the way, because as I say, it's just one step on the road. I think it's absolutely great, and I'm very proud, and I support all the staff who are going to be working with people coming in here.
And the main aim is that after helping people get back on track, they'll never have to return to the streets again.
Thanks, Erica. Today's guest is Tony Mee from the National Coastwatch Institution. Their motto is Eyes Along the Coast, and volunteers aim to keep a safe watch over the shores. The charity was set up in 1994 after 2 fishermen lost their lives off the coast of Cornwall, next to a Coast Guard watch point which had recently been closed. Welcome, Tony.
Hello James, and thank you for inviting me.
No, glad to have you here. So you started in 1994 and that was with the first station just off the coast of Cornwall, wasn't it?
That's right, at Base Point.
But since then you've expanded a little bit.
We've expanded along the west coast, along the south coast and along the east coast, and ultimately we hope to encompass the whole of the British Isles.
So currently your most local post would probably be in Mablethorpe.
The most recent one is Mablethorpe, and we formed the station in 2009.
And that's where you work, isn't it?
That's where I am today.
So tell me a little bit about what it is you do.
Right, well, it's primarily beach safety, and we are, for want of a better word, the eyes and ears of the Coast Guard. They are our supervisory body, of course. And we watch the beaches, we watch the shorelines, we record the shipping, and
of course if there's a problem,
if there are any problems, we would go straight to the Coast Guard and they would activate accordingly.
So you're there to keep an eye on things in that area?
Indeed.
Great. And of course, is it people that work there? You're a charity, aren't you?
We are a charity. Everybody within the station, we have about 50 personnel now and support workers. We are a charity. We are responsible for our own financial well-being at each station.
Okay.
And we are reliant upon the generosity and kindness of local businesses and indeed the public when we carry out collections.
But these people who watch from the station, these people are volunteers, aren't they?
All of them are volunteers. They are to the point where they even pay for and provide their own uniforms.
And can they claim expenses or anything like that?
We don't claim expenses, we don't claim any monies whatsoever.
And all of the stuff, all of the incredibly high-tech kit that you do have at this station in Mablethorpe, that's all paid for from donations?
It is solely from donations, the hard work of our team, and as I said, the generosity of the public and small businesses.
Now, you mentioned that eventually you'd like to encompass the whole of the UK.
Yes, indeed.
You do have designs on somewhere slightly more local, don't you?
Well, I'm looking recently in the South Bank of the Humber where I understand there's a big construction about to go on. That in itself, of course, will cause more marine activity and public awareness of the place. So it would be good to have a small station there to look after the safety of that area and the increased marine activity.
Because of the wind farms, of course.
Because of the wind farms and everything else. And I understand there's some dredging going to be going on just off the coast.
And what would it take for you to make that happen?
It would take a small station is approximately £5,000 per year to run. But to set it up, I would say we could set up a station with the correct porter cabin for about £6,000 or £7,000, and then we would start our collections and maybe look towards smaller industries and companies to support us with donations, so that we could in part put radar, marine radios, automatic identification of shipping and everything else that is needed to safeguard the waters.
Any particular location in mind?
It would be ideal to have one of two, one near the Fritties, which is at the mouth of the estuary, and the other one maybe on the site of the South Bank construction.
And obviously, ideally, you know, you might be hoping that maybe one of those companies that are investing in the area maybe could help with something like that.
That would be a dream. Dream come true, I hope.
Okay, brilliant. Excuse me. And if people do want to donate in any way, is there a way they can get in touch with you?
Yes, they can. They can get in touch with me through the national website and ask for the information in regards to the Mablethorpe station. And we'd be put in touch with me that way.
Okay, brilliant. And of course, if people are in trouble, how do they get in touch with you then?
At the moment, people come to us where we are situated at the car park.
Is that via radio or anything like that?
No, they have phoned us. Invariably, they walk to the station or send someone to the station.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for coming in today, Tony.
Thank you for the invitation.
Now, don't forget that if you know of any local stories or issues, get in touch by phone on Grimsby 315561, on Facebook or Twitter at Estuary TV, or email us on news@estuary.tv. That's all from us tonight. We'll see you next time.